Spreadsheets are the backbones of every sprite animation, and their depth determines the ease of animating characters. That is why there are strange cases like Isuka Taiga being easier to animate for fight animations than Levi, or the lack of Pokemon fan characters despite the abundance of Kirby and Sonic fan characters in sprite animation. So what will be enough for a character to be easily animated for a sprite animator? If you enjoy this kind of content, please be sure to like and subscribe. First, it is important to establish what makes a spreadsheet effective. Most sprite animations can be roughly categorized in two ways: fight animations and slice of life animations. A fight animation at its core is an interaction of at least two characters trying to hit each other until one of them loses. We can define this relationship in two terms: offense and disadvantage, since it is a relationship between one hitting and another interacting with the incoming hit. A slice of life animation, on the other hand, is significantly broader, covering various aspects such as skits or talking scenes. The core of these animations is presenting a situation with at least one character and showcasing their thoughts, reactions, and emotion throughout the scenario. By breaking down these two animation types, there are three categories for spreadsheets to adhere: offense, disadvantage, and emotions. One more category that needs to be considered is movement, for showing the change of place or position of a character. It is required for fight animations, as positioning further develops the interaction of two characters. Meanwhile, slice of life animations require movement for the character to navigate the situation further. Now that we have established guidelines, what would a spreadsheet look like that fulfills the bare minimum? This template here is what I think would fit this requirement. For the movement of fighting poses, I reference Sonic Battle and Jump Ultimate Stars, as these two are known for having just enough for a sprite animator. The offense poses allow for variability of impacts through the use of weak, strong, and finisher attacks. Upward attacks allow transitions from ground combos to air combos, and the reverse is achieved with aerial downward attacks. The disadvantaged sprites give enough to show the proper reaction to each impact. Hurt sprites indicate standard attacks, while Hurt Fly and Hurt Fall sprites are used for stronger attacks. Guard allows a character to defend themselves, and Get Up is the transition from a Hurt Fall to Idle sprite. Movement allows for positioning, as well as indicating the intensity of motion. Idle is a lack of movement, while walking is slow ground movement and running is fast ground movement. Jumping, falling, and landing sprites are used for traversing different ground heights and also help in transitioning from the ground to the air, and vice versa. For emotions, Paul Ekman's categorization of facial expressions was my reference, although I simplified certain categories for the context of sprite animation. These emotions serve as primary emotions, and any other emotion would be a derivative of one or two of these primary emotions. An example spreadsheet in this template will be provided in the description. When expanding a spreadsheet further from this template, try to think of actions that would be alternatives or derivatives. For example, dodging could act as an alternative to guarding if the character is less durable. Then from there, rolling can also be considered, as it acts as a derivative of movement and dodging. This template should serve as a good starting point for anyone looking into developing spreadsheets. Conversations around spreadsheets are infrequent, so no guidelines have been set. Hopefully, by establishing a standard, the task of spreadsheet creation will be less daunting for people to tackle. Check out my video on discussing the flexibility of spreadsheets, and follow me on Twitter to see my pixel art posts.